Hey guys, it's Jesse gonna jump on here and show you guys. Basically, I've downloaded a bunch of assets from MaxTree, and what I'm having to do is bring them into Twinmotion, and there's a lot of little legwork to make them adjust to the seasons and have their foliage move in the wind. I'm gonna go through that process with you guys. I've already went through one, and I'll show you guys right here. So I went through and did my hydrangeas. When you buy a pack, you get 6 different sizes. See right here, they look really good. Um, got a lot to get through. Got about 12 different assets that I need for this specific project. But once I get through this, be a lot better. So the next one, I'm going to make categories in my user folder. Show you guys how to upload that, import, fix them, and then put them in your user category. The next one we got is going to be called a Angel Encore Azalea. We'll call it Encore Azalea. When you buy these packs, you get different size plants, so that helps with randomizing and scaling and all that kind of fun, cool stuff. But basically, you're going to go here. I'm done with these, so truly delete those out. Now, I'm going to open up the file and I organized all my assets as I was downloading them to make this a little easier. It's not that easy, but if you didn't download them correctly, you'd have a ton of files. Anyways, I got my Encore Azaleas. Then you can go to the FBX. You're just going to start opening all of these. So, see, needs to find those maps. It's missing files, so that you just go back to that. Let's see, Encore Azalea maps. Boom. So yeah, that's the folder. Open. Click OK. It should be good for the rest of them as you import. Open. Rhododendron 2. And some of these aren't exactly the asset or the plant name. I just found some also on there that are similar. But anyways, I'll keep going. So import. So you got 6, right? So you got 6 different ones and you need to take advantage of them if you paid for them. You know, it might take a little more legwork to do what I'm doing, but I want to take advantage of all of these plant assets. Boom. As you see, probably can watch this video sped up. It's going to take some time. I'm just going to show one of the multiple that I'm doing. I might show 2 just to do it again for you guys. But let's make sure. Got number 4. Boom. It's a slow process, but once you get all this set up in your user folder, they're yours. And you can use these on Twinmotion, probably can use them on Unreal, and take them, into your project. So as you see, okay, boom. So we got all 6 imported, right? So what we're going to do is bring them into the scene. Second. Okay, so I'm gonna just drag and drop right here. Oh, thought I was. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we're dragging and dropping. Oh, okay. Oh, just saw them. Okay. Here's plant number 1. Guess I gotta redo it. I shouldn't have deleted them out. You can see we got number 2, number 3, 4, number 5, number 6. See, we got some pinks, we got some whites. These are going to be really good in our planting plans and designs, renders. So as you can see, we'll go in here and so we'll start with the pink. So what you'll do is zoom in and you will go to your materials tab and we're going to everything that's not in here. I deleted out. But what we have to do is we have to go in here and set the right textures from that map folder in here. But what I'm going to do is we're going to create new foliage. So instead of worrying and duplicating our work, what we're going to do is, so we're going to start with this pink right here. So we're going to go in here and this new foliage, we're going to go up here to first, make sure everything is two-sided, which it is now. Okay, now we're going to go to texture, open. We're going to go back to our folder where you have all those plant assets. So right here, you're going to have what's called a maps folder. So we're going to have all of our map folder, right? So we got to make sure we have the correct material for each flower. So I'm gonna go in here and figure out which one they used. Right here, go down to color, detail. I can just copy this, boom, go back here, paste, boom. We can open. So that was albedo, this one, right? 2, I believe, because 1 would be the white flowers. So it makes sense. So now we can go through here. I'm going to rename this foliage azalea pink flower. Boom. Easy as that. Money. So then we're going to stay in here. We're going to go to our opacity. Use the opacity map. Boom. Wish this would stay open to my. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this back and set this to quick access right now. Into quick access. There we go. So now I can just run in here and click shrubs. Okay. Maps. So we're going to go here. We're going to find our opacity. Boom. Now we're going to go to translucency. Open. O2. Translucency. Boom. So we got those. We're going to do our roughness map. Boom. So we're going to come in here and find that glossiness. That's what on these folders is what it's called. And you come in here, you go to normal map, you get that normal. Okay, now what we do, we apply that to our pink leaf. Boom. Now you can see the wind's making this move because we made a foliage material, but we want to update a little bit some of our settings here so these look a little better. So I'm going to do let's see, I'm going to do the normal map right there. We can adjust these in the program as well. So there's your roughness. I'm going to back up a little bit, give us a little sunlight so we can see kind of some sun direction. Just kind of, yeah, we'll just see, here we go. I go back to this, I'm going to go to translucency. Let's see what that looks like. So, all this is stuff that we can play with later on. But we got our pink flower done. Now we move into, boom, let's move into our green leaf right here, which will apply to both white and pink plants. So we'll go in here, make a new foliage. We're going to call this green leaf azalea. Boom. Now we're going to go in here. Now that I know which one's which, shouldn't take me as long. So I come down here. That's our white. this is that. We got our opacity map for this feature. That was our translucency. So gotta go back. Boom, boom, boom. That one. Boom. Translucency, add, boom, boom. We go to roughness, boom, boom. To our glossiness, boom, and our normal. Like you see, guys, this is one plant. This takes a minute. Once you do it, you won't have to go back and do this again. So we'll zoom in and we will take that and apply it to those leaves. Now you see, boom, we got some movement. And as you're updating these three right here, and I believe even the green on these, we don't have to go, we just have to go do the white flower there. And what we'll also do is come down in here, and I won't do the bark because I not really want the tree. I'm not going to go that much detail for what I do with Twinmotion, but we can put our roughness, boom. Then we can do our normal, boom, boom. Go to our normal right here for trunk. And then we can do our ambient occlusion. It's going to be your, oh, I think that's it. Yeah, we got our boom, glossiness, normal. That's all we need. Okay. Then I believe there's this as well. We can come in here and do, for this green, we can do our normal. We can do our roughness. That, boom. And you can come in here. We can really play with this if we wanted to. You know, not a really big deal, right? But it still comes down to the details. We have this thing where that color comes from. It's not in this pack, so we won't waste too much time on that. But we can go to this leaf. You can check out the normals. Oop. Like that one up more. Roughness. And as you grow as you grow in this, you can really figure things out on your own when it comes to kind of exactly what you want to do with all this. So I'm just going to call that. So those would be ready to get put into, and we're going to do the white too. We'll just go ahead and do the white. So we'll go over here real quick. New foliage, rename, call that azalea white flower. Should have named this one azalea green leaf. Boom. And then we come in here. We can do the same thing. Nothing crazy. We just coming in here. Now we're getting a hang of it. You can get in a roll with this, and before you know it, each project you're already going to have some of your work done. Now I got a few to do on this. This is 2 out of 12, but once I get done, they're in there. I don't have to worry about them no more. And I just adjust and play with them as I bring them in out of my user library. Let's see. Phone call. Okay, we have roughness, glossiness, then we have our normal. And normal right here. Then we can go in here and we can apply that to our leaves. And as you see, we have, we have some great great looking leaves now and I'll show you another reason why we do this, why we spend so much time doing this is because, and I'm not going to spend, now that I have these, I can adjust in the app. You come over here, everything's working. But if I go back to my seasons, you can see now that when I go to season and say I can make my leaves start to fall. So then boom, we can have fall looks with all these plants, and it really pays off. Look at that. That's so freaking cool. Okay, so final steps. We're going to come in here. We're going to grab this. We're going to look on here. We're going to say add to user library to all of them. Add to user library. It should have 6. Add to user library. This time it might take a whole day to do what you got to do, downloading them, organizing them. But once you get all this organized, you're going to be that much more ahead of the game. Then I'm putting all these in here, ready to go. So then when I'm in another project, I can just go right to that and I'm ready to go. And boom, we're shows on the road. I'm going to save this as a, go in here to my Drive 3D. I'm just going to call this Twinmotion. Should work. Oh, we're just put Twinmotion and then call this plants. Boom. So boom, as you see, I got these. And what I'm going to do to keep my workflow clean is I would go in here after this saves. I'm going to delete out all these, go to the next plant. So I won't bore you anymore. This is a long video as it is, almost 20 minutes. And this will work. So I'll go in here as you'll be able to see. Oop. We'll go boom, 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 boom. Keep our working. And the reason I'm not doing this in a project is because I already have so many assets from, like, say, a working project. Then we're back ready to go. But yes, because I've already got so much material coming in from other projects, I feel like it's easier to do the clean version, you know, right here where there's less to worry about, you know, and everything. So hopefully that paid off. Like I said, you can go in here, look, boom, I'm dropping and playing. Go back and go to my hydrangea, just dropping in, boom. And so we have workable assets that are ready. So you see right here, I hope that, you know, paid off and looked cool for you guys. So like, subscribe. When I have time, I'll jump in. Like, this is something today that I learned, saw a few other videos, but it really has paid off for me, this workflow. So once I start getting these assets in my final render, it's just going to look beautiful. So I know there's so many levels to this. There's all kinds of vegetation generators and tools and softwares, but for my workflow right now, with the little bit of time that I have, this is going to be my workflow, is going and getting assets from places like MaxTree and then bringing them into Twinmotion, utilizing them and making my scenes look really good without spending too much time. So I hope you guys like this video. Thumbs up, leave a comment if there's something I could have done faster, better. Always willing to learn. Hope you guys like it. Thanks.